Welcome to Living Green, my survey and report for the global values and lifestyles in the 21st century. I'm investigating how ecologically sustainable actions impact on our well-being. The inspiration for my survey came from the Happy Planet Index TED Talk by Nick Marks. The New Economics Foundation, who developed the Happy Planet Index, declares that our global challenge in the 21st century is to reduce our ecological footprint whilst creating and maintaining happy lives for everyone. As Marx simply states, humanity needs good lives that don't cost the earth. So how do ecologically sustainable actions impact on human well-being? Do they have a negative impact? For example, do we perceive them to be sacrificing our current lifestyles? Or can they be good companions to our well-being? Could living green even enhance our happiness? What does the research show? The research indicates that society often perceives the reduction of our ecological footprint to be in conflict with our well-being. The perceived costs to us are higher than any perceived benefits. Although there is limited research in this area, some studies indicate that they are compatible. I developed a short 21-question survey using Google Forms, and all responses were submitted electronically. I asked questions about overall and specific areas of well-being, including satisfaction with career, close relationships, finances, health, and community participation. Other questions included views of the future and participation in specific environmental actions, including spending patterns. An open-ended question regarding the effect of environmental actions on well-being was also included. Demographic data was also collected. Of the 69 responses, only 65 were deemed to be answered with accuracy to the questions. A great response, but still a very small sample. My survey relied on self-reporting, which is not the most accurate way of measuring behaviours and outcomes. Anonymity, as used in my survey, is a method to decrease this effect. So who answered my call? The majority of respondents were female. Most were between 35 to 54 years of age. Most were employed, either in a waged position or self-employed, and most lived with a spouse and their children. What were my results? After enlisting the help of a friend who is an experimental economist and statistician, we could discern no positive or negative correlation to well-being and environmentally sustainable actions. My survey is like the little blue dots at the bottom right of your screen. Whilst the respondents, my friends, are pretty happy and most engage in some environmentally sustainable actions, environmentally sustainable actions did not impact positively or negatively on subjective well-being. The open-ended question, however, showed that 30% of respondents reported a positive effect on their well-being. We searched the data for other clues that might provide some insight. The data showed that respondents were happier with their close relationships than their careers, which could be useful by focusing on where people are most happy and nudging them to engage in more environmentally sustainable actions. People, whether we like to admit it or not, often like to follow the herd. If our nearest and dearest are engaging in more environmentally sustainable actions, we are more likely to as well. The scope of the study in terms of the timeframes and access to potential respondents, along with my lack of experience in the survey, limited potential findings. Future research could include whether linking environmentally sustainable actions to specific elements of well-being and whether it is the everyday habitual actions that are more meaningful, such as recycling and growing your own food, than the one-off actions, such as installing solar panels. Using a combination of New Economic Foundation's Finding 5 Ways to Wellbeing, as shown here, and the Gallup Healthways Global Wellbeing Survey, the following could be investigated. Financial, saving money. Social, connecting with others to share environmentally sustainable actions. Sense of purpose, not just career, but what you do or learn every day. Being physically active as a means of transport, such as walking, cycling, or jogging. Participating in community actions that increase environmentally sustainable actions, such as the Living Smart program. And most importantly, giving a healthy planet to future generations. Thank you for listening.